Alright, so I just got my swastika tattoo. It's it like going on, it didn't really hurt. Really, I mean, like I've stepped on worse stuff that hurt worse, and it's more like trying to use my muscles to walk. Now that it's on me, I'm stuck toe walking. And for those of you who don't know me, who are just like YouTube people or whatever, toe walking is walking on the balls of your feet. With your heel, walking on the balls of your feet with your heels lifted. I'll show you the tattoo in a second. Walking on the balls of your feet with your heels lifted. And they told me, they were like, no, you get big one. You get big one on your forearm, and I was like, no, I don't want a large, hyper detailed swastika. They called it satya. That was I kind of like that, that's what I'm gonna, maybe I'll tell people that's what it is if they're like really pissed off about it. I'd be like, oh no, it's satya, it's like, oh no, it's not a swastika, it's swastik. It's like, oh, that's just the same thing. So they wanted to convince me to get a rather large one on my arm, saying that was like where it was traditionally done, and it's a symbol of God, and I just said, different country, different culture, and he was like, sure. So it went off pretty easy. I went to Mickey Inc. in Delhi, India, at the I can't tell what the name of the shopping mall is. This PVR? Maybe that's like something else. Anyways, Vipul Age shopping mall. Yeah, it's a big shopping mall. Not a lot in it. I got a new coffee mug, John. I'll show you that when I get home and unwrap it. I don't really want to unwrap a lot of stuff. A lot of awareness is in my feet right now. It's very, very reminiscent of toe walking, just because like to heal, I have to be thinking about it. It's like there's pain there, so my awareness, my energy is going there. That's actually part of the whole self-directed evolution thing. Is like, where do you put your attention? Where do you put your energy? That's how your body grows. So, for the next few weeks or however long, I'm growing my right foot. I need to get more comfortable with saying paw in these videos, and assume that I'm talking to myself, because that's how I see my feet, is paws. There's not really much difference between animal foot and human foot. I like saying animal foot. Like, who says animal foot? So I got it. It feels very final right now. It feels like a huge, I feel like I just had like a spiritual orgasm. Like, I just sighed out the weight of 1,000 stresses, or sighed out the weight of stress 1,000 times, or 1,000 stress, however you want to do the math. And I like it. There's a little error on it, just because it's so tiny. I didn't want to get it huge, mostly because it was already 2,000 rupees and the tuk-tuk here was 1,200. And Uber does not work, and even though they couldn't take my payment with anything else, they're like, you pay the fee in cash. I'm like, well, try and catch me. Just take a runaway tuk-tuk home and forget Uber. Of course, Uber only wants 200. And that's 1,000 rupees less. So maybe I'll try Uber again and see if they need the fee. I mean, how do you pay the fee? Just give it to the next Uber driver. I mean, Uber doesn't have cash money. Uber doesn't. Chris, it's so hard to avoid just like randomly getting hood in these. I'm not even, maybe it's that I'm channeling you or something. I've transitioned away from my hood stage. I don't hang out with like hood friends. I don't do hood rat shit most of the time. So it feels good. It feels very final, as it's a tattoo. And there's a minor error, but I'm, you know, like I see these more frequently with like henna, and it kind of reminds me of a henna tattoo that, you know, naturally kind of smudges, and I don't really mind that, because I don't need it to be perfect. I'm okay with it falling out. They said that they had to outline it with black, and I was like, I just want red. So they did it with just red. They were very sanitary, you know, they used a new needle and cleaned it and, you know, all of that, and it was very sanitary, and they told me to use Vaseline on it, which I just threw in my freaking Vaseline, in my travel Vaseline in Rishikesh. So oops, I've never put Vaseline on a tattoo before, so I didn't think like, hey, I'm gonna use this. I was just like using it to play with my ass on the airplane. Anyways, Gay Mile High Club, gay like lonely Mile High Club, so like sad peace sign. Wah. But so lonely. Anyways, so yeah, I thought I was gonna have more extreme feelings or be like, oh shit, after this, but I really don't. And also, like, compared to my tattoos I got when I was 18, young, dumb, and full of cum, which, you know, still am all three of those things. It feels different in that, like, it's not like, oh my god, I got a tattoo, I'm cool now. It's like, it's more like, this is the thing I had to do, you know? It's like, I would not have felt right had I not done this. And I'm happy I did it. I like it. I think it's pretty. I wonder how it's gonna look without, like, the purple lines, you know, where they drew it on me. And the guys were nice. I Shazammed the song. I can't really I can't do anything on my phone, so I can't grab the song that was playing. But it was over and done in under one song. It was like, and then the guy got cut off on a phone call, and then he was already done. So it was already over. Hello. I love it. Like most people only know one English word, and it's hello. But then some people here, they know two words. They know hello, and you wave to them, and they say hello, and you keep walking, and they go, bye-bye. I just love that. It's like, I feel like, you know, it's like white people learning Spanish are gonna learn just as much Spanish as they need to, like, order at a Mexican food restaurant, and people in India learn just as much as they need to be basically polite and civil. That's interesting to me. Hello. So yeah, they were nice. I didn't, you know, get any like, haha, this crazy white boy. But there was like a moment where he was checking out, and he was like, yeah, he was talking, and because there was a guy and there was another guy doing the tattoo, both very pretty. Should have gotten a selfie with them, but I was just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm just give him the rupees and get out of here. There was a moment where he was like, oh yeah, and like to his friend. I mean, I got it, just like, he didn't say oh yeah, but there was a moment where I got the impression that sometimes I feel like when I hear somebody speak in another language, I kind of just like am intuiting what they're saying, and sometimes it just straight up, like, it just, I mean, I don't want to be an idiot and assume that, like, I know what they're saying and that I'm psychically translating them into English or anything, but sometimes people are just speaking in another language. This happens a lot in Tucson with Spanish-speaking folks. And Latinx. Even I think that sounds dumb. I'm glad other people think that sounds dumb. Anyways, there was a moment where I got the impression that he was saying, "Oh yeah, in America, huh?" Like to his friends, like and I don't know what that was about, and I don't care because I don't get the impression that there was any racism involved, and that's important to me. I feel like I took a little bit of a jump, a huge risk, like getting a tattoo and just hoping that while they were doing it, they wouldn't be super racist, because I really didn't want racism to go into this, because that's literally the opposite of the point. And I don't think racism went into it. I think like my intention went into it, actually. They were like, "Oh, cool, you're of a different culture, that's cool, we understand you, we'll do the tattoo, we'll take your money," and not even rip you off, like give you a super deal. Like that was a super deal for a tattoo. That was under half what you would get in the States, and I thought that was pretty sweet. So yeah, I mean, those are my real only thoughts, and I'm gonna try and do the Uber thing. I can't. It's funny, is last time I took the tuk-tuk here to the mall, I couldn't record anything because the guy in the tuk-tuk had to use my phone in Google Maps. So we're just like speeding down the highway at 40. I think they only go 40. Tuk-tuks only go 40 miles an hour, and we're just speeding down the highway at 40 or so miles an hour, and I have to hand him my phone with Google Maps. And he just puts it on the dashboard. And I'm like, oh no, my phone. But we got there, and obviously my phone's fine. This is a really pretty just little area. Here's the mall. Very tight security to get in here. I mean, they were chill though. And I recorded a video for like half an hour and just sat in a place that I think there's actually a caution tape on, and I shouldn't have even been sitting. So people are like, "Why is he sitting there?" But not a single white person in the place. And I didn't really feel the vibe of racism, especially not from the staff. They were like, and it wasn't like everybody in the Deli Mall wasn't like, "Oh, come in, spend money, stupid foreigner." It wasn't like that. It wasn't like all smiles and "Come on, no our shop." And it wasn't like that. It was chill. It's pretty chill. Everything's super expensive in the Deli Mall though. Like what I was getting clothing pieces for like 400 to 700 rupees, and everything's like bare minimum like 1,200 to 1,500 for boring shit, not for like cool ponchos and whatnot, just for like stuff that's like they're like shorts, like comfortable, kind of sweatpant style shorts with like nice zipper pockets, and it was just like the most comfortable thing ever. And there were so many have items, but I had to detach from it because I saw one price tag and I was like, oh, I'm in that kind of mall. Damn, these, and in reality, like I'm desensitized. I mean, I'm conditioned. Excuse me. I'm conditioned to want things cheaper here, because really, like, there were some dope jackets for $12. I can't do 12. I can't even do $12. Oof. But at least I have a bag. At least I have a bag stuffed full of beautiful clothing, which I should probably do a video and just like after it's all ironed out and whatnot, just show off like what I got in Rishikesh and all the super deals. But, like, yeah, it was just a little too pricey for me right now, and I wanted to get one thing, so I got a coffee mug, and it has a quote that super reminds me of something that Gianna said. when we were talking about Ayurvedic diet and medicine and whatnot. And I'll reveal that in a later video and show off the coffee mug and I don't know, do something in the hotel room, I don't know. But I'm gonna take my tuk-tuk back to the hotel. I'm gonna tow walk for at least the next 3 days, probably. I mean, because I don't, even at the tattoo shop, they were like, do not step in water. And I was like, okay, I kind of learned my lesson. There are like spots all over my feet from stepping in cow shit. But I'm taking the ciprofloxacin. Let's get it. All right. So until next time, if you want, meet me in the middle. Love y'all.